We are sort of setting off a blue bomb in our own DIY corner. It's a home decor project that translates to any color really and can make a big statement on any wall in your home. Buffalo check is the it pattern right now, so would you paint it? As in, be brave enough to pick up a paintbrush and work your walls with a really cool outcome. Interior designer DeMik has come up with a 5-step formula for painting the popular buffalo check pattern. It's great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
I'm kind of geeked about this project. One, because of the impact that it makes, and two, because I thought no way in a blue moon, haha, blue day, would you ever be able to do this on your own. How doable is it really?
It's doable. You just need to be patient, have a steady hand, and a lot of painter's tape.
Tape's going to be your friend.
Trick. Yep.
And you've kind of done the math. It's a very thoughtful project. I mean, a lot of thought goes into how to get the colors to grade just so. You've done that for us.
Yes. So when I first started thinking about this, I really wanted to come up with a solution for a substitution for expensive wallpaper that's a buffalo check kind of wallpaper that's come on strong in lots of different colors, but I'm prone to I really love the navy blue wallpaper. And so I started thinking about, do we take paint swatches? Do we pull colors off of swatch? Do we mix and match? You know, do you spend a month testing out different colors to figure out how this is done?
Please say no.
You can do it that way.
Okay.
But I would prefer, even knowing that this is a little bit of a time-consuming process, that there is a formula that you can use in order to lighten paint. If you start with certain base paint, that you lighten it in a certain way in order to come up with the 4 different colors that make up your buffalo plaid.
I love that you have tried and tested that formula. Amy's been here painting in the studio since early this morning. We're going to get into that formula. Before I do, from a designer's perspective, talk to us about buffalo check. Define it. What is it? How is it different than plaid, for example?
So buffalo check or buffalo plaid, it's the same interactive or interchangeable, term.
Okay.
And there's plaid, which is based on fabric, and I do have a few fabrics over here to show you. But a regular check is usually a tiny print. I would almost say that the top that you're wearing is a check.
Okay.
And almost a gingham check.
Right.
It turns into a buffalo check when we blow it up into a large scale. And then we don't just have 2 colors that we're working with. If we're looking at the buffalo check like we're copying a fabric, then it's the interwoven weave, of the fabric, the yarns that are coming together in the fabric to create the buffalo check patterns.
But the size also matters, the
absolutely.
scale.
We're going big scale. It's actually called buffalo check after a Woolrich buffalo check shirt from the 1850s.
Oh, no way.
Woolrich coined the term. They came up with buffalo check shirts, and then because of the popularity, they started their buffalo check blankets. And they're the ones that coined that term because they were the first ones to take a small gingham or check and make it into a massive scale.
I had no idea. So literally this trend is 100+ years in the making.
It certainly
and it's back, and we love it.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into this wall.
Okay.
You said tape is really important, and we taped this off, I know, yesterday. How did we do that?
It's really important. So we're going to move from this side to your side, basically.
Okay.
The first thing that was done was we need to decide what square size we're going to have. And usually if I were doing this in someone's home, or even if we were using wallpaper, we'd measure the wall width and height and then decide, would a 4-inch square work best? Would an 8-inch, 10-inch, 12-inch square work
So
best?
help us know, the bigger the wall, the bigger the check?
Exactly.
Okay.
And, or also, say you decide if you break things down evenly so that your pattern doesn't end in a funny place, maybe I need a 10 3/4-inch square on every side.
So there's some math here. My brain's kind of hurting.
Tiny bit of math, but that's to keep everything symmetrical. So again, your pattern doesn't either end in a funny place, or if you're dead set on a 10-inch square, then we make each side end in the same spot on either side, and that's kind of like a wallpaper trick too.
Okay, I don't want to get too crazy here. Should we consider outlets? Do we want those smack in the middle of a square, or does that not matter?
It doesn't really matter. I think, obviously, if you have an outlet, if we could time it so that the white outlet hits a white square. So that's just a little thing,
I know,
that would be nice.
That's what I'm thinking.
So this isn't something to say, like, on Friday afternoon, this afternoon, I'm going to do that to my laundry room starting in an hour. This is something that you want to take some time with. It's not a huge investment because we're only buying small cans of paint. But you want to think it through, because once you do it, you probably don't want to do it again.
Yeah, I can see that right away. So we've taped off our squares, or rather we've lined out our squares, then we tape.
We've lined them out, we've taped, and then the first round of taping gives us our horizontal line.
Okay.
And what we're going to do, we painted the wall our white base color, then we did the pencil, then we went over with horizontal stripes, and then we took our lightest color.
How many colors do you need? 3?
3. And basically what you do is this lightest color is our darkest color. We've got a formula card up. Our darkest color with white in it. So we're basically playing off of our darkest color and lightening it as we go.
Do we do that, or do they do that at the paint store?
So actually, I consulted my friend Martin at Sundance Paints and Draper. Benjamin Moore has my favorite color, blue, and so I use him quite frequently. And I went in and specifically, I sat down in the paint store with him, and we went through a way of lightening and the specific process. So this lightest shade is basically Hail Navy, 75% lighter. So it's Hail Navy at 25%.
Got it.
So we do our horizontal stripes with our lightest color.
Which is our darkest color at 25%.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then we let it dry. And because of time constraints this morning, you're supposed to really let it dry for about 24 hours.
Okay.
Then you pull your tape off, and then you retape. And then we retape our our vertical lines.
Got it.
So our vertical stripes then come in. And that's how we use our medium grade color.
Okay.
This color here, which is our half and half mixture.
Now, if I'm looking at one of those paint, what are those called? The strips you pick up at Home Depot, the swatches, the paint swatches. Am I using the 3 colors from the same swatch? Yeah.
So I brought these specifically to say, if you are scared and intimidated by the math and worried about going in and talking to somebody about it, you can do this where some lines have the shades, basically. And you can test this out and see. This does not always work. And with Hail Navy, you don't have that option. So a lot of darker saturated paint colors like this wouldn't work because they don't have the lighter
They're too close.
options. Yeah, exactly. So some of them do and some of them don't.
Okay.
So it's another reason why you want to think about this process.
Yes.
Take a little time.
Possibly pray about this process.
Hit Pinterest.
Okay, so we've done our horizontal, the lightest color. We've done our vertical, the medium color.
Right.
Where does the dark color come
comes
into
in
play?
our Hail Navy, our pure dark color.
Okay.
So we bring it in the squares, and actually, Brooke, we're gonna kind of
here it comes.
Finish off a little bit depending on time.
Okay, yeah, we've got a couple minutes.
Okay, so the second round, when we take all of this paint off,
is exciting.
You can see that the pattern still isn't complete.
I've got an edge for you here.
And that's, thank you. You have a cute top on. And that's because we have to do our second round of tape. So if we take our second round of tape in.
Yes.
And we make our vertical lines like this.
And these are going to be, this is going to be the dark color right here in the middle, right?
Yes,
okay.
Exactly. And then we just follow, just for the sake of time, I think we might freehand this.
Can you imagine the satisfaction that would come? I mean, you've done this, but at the end of this painting job, when you peel that last wall and stand back and gosh to darn, hope you did it right, but the effect is just stunning,
It really is. And the beautiful thing about this, I mean, we did Hail Navy today because it's such a popular color. Okay, so our dark color is going to be, I don't know if you want to roll it, but I got a roller for you.
You go, girl. I don't even trust myself.
So our dark color is going to be this one.
Okay.
And if we had taped off that second layer,
you'd get it precise.
We'd get it precise, just like over here where they meet, and your pattern starts to really fill in.
Okay.
So you go through
and do the dark squares.
And do all the dark.
Yes.
All the dark.
I have to tell you, as someone who has closely read over this formula this morning, it's doable. She breaks it down for you. I say doable, very thought-consuming process, very time-consuming process, but the way you've broken down this formula really is genius for the at-home painter. So thank you for that.
No,
we'll post it on our website, and you offer design services, design consultations. How can we get in touch with you?
I do. You can follow me on Instagram. It's the best way to reach me and to follow along with my projects. It's Amy Sage DeMik on Instagram, or you can also visit at comeonmyhouse.blogspot.com.
This was awesome.
Thanks.
Way to go. A big project to take on. She's done it in such a doable way. We appreciate it. Thanks again.